Hello, y'all. This is Tim Nutt here with the homework assignment for Lesson 5 in the incredible Pico W tutorial series by Paul McWhorter. First, I want to apologize. It's been a while since I've made a video. This is actually last week's lesson. I'm trying to catch up on. I had some personal things going on with family, and they required my attention, and hopefully it's kind of settled down enough now where I can get back to tinkering and making these videos and focusing on the lessons. But this is a beginner-based homework video series. Basically, only going to use the principles that have been taught thus far in the lessons. That way, hopefully, if you're out there, this is your first time ever programming or with circuits, hopefully it'll help you not to get overwhelmed with all the fancy solutions and much more efficient ways to code, and see how you can achieve the homework by using just what's been taught thus far. And with that being said, this homework's assignment is to read analog values from a potentiometer with a little different spin. Normally you would think turning a knob to the right will raise the volume or raise the value or whatever, and turning it to the left will turn it down or lower it. Well, in this homework assignment, we're going to do just the opposite. When we turn it all the way to the right, it's going to be, we want it to read 0. When we turn it all the way to the left, we want the potentiometer to read 100. So first we'll have to go through and, after we set our circuit up, then we'll have to determine what our values are from there, and then go through and do some math. It'd be a negative slope and a y-intercept involved in this one. I'm not going to go through the math in detail. Paul McWhorter does a much better job than I do of it, but I am going to show you the longish form to how I got to the formula we're going to use in our code. But anyway, let's get our circuit built here. So first we need to, I'm sorry. We're going to use, since we're using analog to digital, we're going to be using I'm going to be using the GPIO pin 26, which is ADC 0. And that happens to be on physical pin 31. So I'm going to set that wire in real quick. And then we also need ground and voltage to go to our potentiometer. So we're going to use physical pin 38 for the ground, which is the third one down. Let's see here. I think this wire ought to work better for that. Yeah. Third one down from the top on the left. This is hard to do from this angle, but I'm trying to get where you can see what I'm doing there. And then 2 down from that in physical pin 36, we'll get our 3.3 volts that we need for our potentiometer. So we'll drop that in there. Now we have our voltage rails set up. And then now we need to hook up for our wires here. So we need the one to the right is going to be our positive. center pin is connected to the input there. And the one to the left, skip row, put that in here. Make sure I'm doing it right. Oop. These things bend awful easy. There we go. That looks right there. And this isn't the potentiometer that's in the kit. This one is here. I like the style a little better, so that's the one I'm going to use. But either the one in the kit or a style like this will work just fine. I'll do the exact same thing. So let's go ahead, since we want to have it turn to the all the way to the right is going to be 0. We'll leave it at that for now. And that should be our circuit if we did it right. Let me get rid of this pin out here. Move that out of the way. And this is the math here. Over here is a little graph where which I've already read these values. We'll double check them. I just wrote it out. At their lowest point, which is the highest part of the pot, highest number, we want to be at the 100, or which is actually the lowest. Actually, did I do that wrong? Actually, yeah, we want this to be 0 and this to be 100. I think I did that wrong, so sorry about that. But anyway, this is where we came up with our slope, and down here to where this is the actual formula that we're going to use in the code. And if you have any questions about that, like I said, Paul McWhorter explains that a whole lot better than I do. But this is the work I use to get to where we're going to be at today for our code. All right, let's switch over and bring up our coding here. Now, first off, we need to import a couple libraries here. So first off, we need to import machine, and then we're going to import that whole library, and then from time we're going to import sleep for our delays, and we need to set up our pot pin. We'll just call it pot for easy here. So a pot is going to be equal to, I believe I put that at 26. That's the one we're going to use there. And then we need a delay. We're going to say dt equals, we'll use 0.5 seconds. And then we need to tell it how to read what we're doing. So my pot, actually no, I want to do that different. We're going to make this pot's pin. Now I want to just make this pot. There we go. I think that's the way I want to do it. So pot equals machine dot ADC for analog digital converter, and then that is reading from pot's pin. Okay, and then we'll do our while true loop. Don't forget your colon. And first off, we just want to test, see what our values are and match it up with what I had in the math there. So we're going to say pot val is equal to so pot dot read underscore U16. And then we need to open and close those. So that's our pot val is what we read. Now let's check our values. We'll print pot val, and our sleep is going to be DT. Oop, I did that wrong. DT, there we go. Now let's see what kind of values we get. See if we hooked it up and coded it right. Okay, yep. So all the way up, their max value, which is 6.5, stayed pretty steady at 65535, which put this back in here, which is what I had there. Now let's turn it all the way to the right, or I mean all the way to the left. And it's reading pretty much 336. It's pretty close there. That's all the way to the left. So, but in our formula, we want all the way to the left to be max, even though it's the lowest number, and all the way back to the right to be 0 with our highest number. So now we know those values are correct. Now we need to set... Yeah, bugging me was out of line. Excuse me. So now we're going to do another line in here that we need to do. So we'll have readout. That's the value that we're trying to get from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0, depending on how you look at it. So our readout is, and then that's the formula that I shown in the math. So we're going to do a negative parenthesis, and then a negative 100. We need to divide that by negative 65199. And close that parentheses. And we need to multiply that by pot val. And then we need to add, in parentheses, 100 divided by 65199 times 65535. Close that parentheses. And then now we want to, instead of printing pot val, we want to print our readout. And let's see here. I think that's it. Let's see what we get. So we got our big numbers, just what it's on there now, which should read, if we did our math and formula correct, that should read 0 now. So let's hit the run button and see what we get. All right, we got 0. Now as we turn it to the left, it's starting to go up and up and up. And right about halfway there, we're getting right around 50. Put it back kind of in the middle. It's halfway, and then we keep going all the way to the left. Should get us to 100. Yeah, pretty close. I may have a loose wire or something. That's why the number's jumping around, but Here we go. All the way to the left is 100. And all the way to the right, we're reading 0. So, now this wasn't, probably the hardest part about this lesson was the math, at least for me. It's been many years since I've had to deal with this type of math, at least in this depth. So it's a learning experience for me, and anyone watching, if they want to help improve my work from where I showed it, or if I did anything wrong, I don't know if I just stumbled on the right way, but I think I did it right. But if anything's amiss, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I won't get offended, I promise. I'm just trying to learn like everybody else. So, but that's what it is, and thank y'all for watching, and enjoy, and I'll leave this circuit set up for the next video, because we're gonna need to change a little bit in the code and add some if statements, but just to give you a little teaser on what's for the next one there. But hope everyone has a wonderful day or night or morning or afternoon or whatever time it is you're watching this. And thank you for watching, and we will see you all later. Bye for now.